Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. How you doing? If you're new to the channel and if you could subscribe, I would always appreciate that. Liking the video, subscribing, all that good stuff helps the channel. We're trying to build it up a little bit. And if you have already subscribed, thanks a lot. It's always appreciated. Okay, women's boxing for the last 5 to 10 years has been on the up. And whenever there's a really great fight between two women, it takes kind of another rung up the ladder. Well, I think that happened tonight with Chantelle Cameron and Mary McGee. It was live on DAZN. It was a unification fight for the 140-pound belts. And it was just a cracking fight, just a really, really good fight. It was won by Cameron on a 10-round decision. Women's fights, title fights, world title fights, 10 2-minute rounds. But they packed a lot in to that, 20 minutes of fighting. They packed an awful lot in. And although the cards were wide and arguably a bit too wide, one of them was 190. One, I think, was it 191, and one was something like 99, 92. I thought the cards were very unkind to Mary McGee. There's no doubt she lost the fight. There's no doubt Cameron won by a considerable margin. But those cards in no way tell the story of the fight. Cameron, far slicker, far more well-schooled than McGee, but proved she can have a fight. Because McGee, the far less refined fighter, even though she was an absolute sucker for the right hand, the right cross and the overhand right, she was being nailed flush. She's got a great chin, and she came back and she kept fighting, and she made Cameron work for every second. Okay, she was McGee was the IBF champion coming in. She lost that belt, but Cameron proved that not only does she have the skills, and she clearly is a very skillful fighter, she can have a row too. Because McGee, very, very busy, not much defence, but she threw lots of punches, did catch Cameron quite frequently. Maybe Cameron needs to shore up the defence a little bit. But Cameron took the punches, and she finished with abrasions to her face. She looked like she'd been in a fight. But she proved she can have a row as well, which puts her in good stead for future defences. There are still 2 belts to be decided. There's going to be another semi-final, if you like, and then Cameron will get the winner. When this fight ended, McGee's face said it all. I've given my all, but I've kind of lost. She kind of knew it. She wasn't celebrating or anything. She wasn't trying to kid the judges. And Cameron knew she'd won. But it was a great fight, especially, I think, was it the 8th or the 7th, that both these ladies were just flailing away at each other. It was incredible. Incredible action. Can Mary McGee come again? Yeah, I don't see why not. But she doesn't have the greatest skills. She's very much an attrition fighter, a pressure fighter. Doesn't look very sophisticated in what she does. But that lady has got a heart the size of the US. She really has. And as far as Chantelle Cameron's concerned, she's got 2 of the belts. She's going for those other 2. I wouldn't be surprised if we had ourselves another unified champ. We've already got Josh Taylor, of course, and maybe we could have Chantelle Cameron as well. Interesting that they both started off being trained by Shane McGuigan, isn't it? Both left, but that's a video for another time, maybe. But did you see the fight? What do you think of women's boxing in general? I think it's really on the up. People say, the depth of talent is nowhere near the men's, which is absolutely accurate. The gene pool isn't as big as it should be or as it can be. But look at it this way. The men's game had a 130-year start on the women's game, more or less. Women's boxing's existed before, of course. Lucia Rijker was a great women's fighter. You had Holly Holm before she went to UFC and MMA. She was a very established women's fighter. Christy Martin, of course. Layla Ali, Anne Wolfe. There have been good female fighters in the past, but I think the whole thing is really growing into something that's becoming established now. And the Cameron McGee fight headlined the DAZN card because of the pullout of Dillian Whyte due to the shoulder injury against Otto Wallin, and it delivered. It really delivered. So I think women's boxing took a big step forward with this particular fight. I'm looking forward to seeing the next semi-final. I can't remember who it's between, but Chantelle Cameron is one to watch. I actually think Savannah Marshall is the best female fighter in the world at any weight. Chantelle, I'd put her behind Clarissa Shields and Katie Taylor, but she's establishing herself as a very good champion. Okay, so if you saw the fight, let me know what you thought of it. Did you like it? What did you think? Scores I thought were a bit maybe I just wanted to give Mary a few rounds because she tried so hard. But what did you think of the scorecards? What do you think of women's boxing in general? You know, let me know. Let me know your comments below. I'm always interested to read them. All right, so thanks a lot. Again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. I really appreciate it. And you take care. I'll speak to you soon. Take care.